Hey folks, I'm Mike from Mike on Audio, and today I'm doing something extremely special. I'm working with the team over at Soundstage Solo to evaluate the Sivga SV023 headphones. Headphones have always been special to me because it's not only my favorite way to consume music, do a little gaming, and watch my favorite YouTube channels, but it's my preferred way of listening to music in general. Growing up, headphones were always a mainstay in my daily dose of music consumption. I didn't have a big system like I do now, so it was just me and my Sony Walkman with my Mega Bass headphones. Times have changed though, and headphones have evolved quite a bit since the late 80s and early 90s. The SV023s have already been formally reviewed by my buddy Brent Butterworth, and it seems from what I've read that we are fairly aligned with our opinions. Now, Brent's review does include objective measurements, so if you want to see the full scope of these cans, please check out his review. Let's get started with the evaluation. So, before I reveal the price point, I'm going to share my experience from start to finish. They arrived in this elegant dark colored box, which is fairly common with these types of products. However, what completely caught me off guard was this molded leather case. This case is beyond anything I have seen, and I personally own a pair of $1,500 headphones. They did not come in a case this nicely put together. This is one of those cases I wouldn't take out in public just from the fear of losing it. So if I end up picking up a pair of these down the road, you will probably see this case displayed somewhere here in my office. So beyond the amazing case, the headphones themselves are elegant with that beautiful wood finish. It's a walnut wood finish. It has a mesh grill on the sides, as well as high-end goat skin and soft fabric for the detachable ergonomic ear pads. I can attest that these ear pads are quite comfortable. I have noticed that in the arena of higher-end headphones, manufacturers tend to use goat and sheepskin for the ear pads. Just a detail I found interesting, but I digress. The rest of the headphones are extremely well put together, and I found them to have an essence of luxury through and through. The cable that was included in this beautiful little baggie was no exception to this opulent experience I'm having here. It's a really good looking twisted cable that comes natively with a 4.4mm balanced connector, as well as an adapter for a 3.5mm unbalanced connection, which I then use the provided 1/4-inch adapter to plug it into my headphone amp. The cable is nice and detachable from the cans, so if you want to change out the style for whatever reason, this gives you the flexibility if you can find a cable with the 2.5mm mono connectors. However, anyone can make something look nice. The real test was how they sounded. As Brent mentioned in his review, we were both hard-pressed to find anything critical to say about these headphones. I plugged them into my Cambridge Audio DEC Magic 200M and just went to town on Qobuz via my PC. I really like the headphone amp in the 200M because out of all the headphone amps and DAC combos, I feel like this one colorizes the sound the least and provides a nice balanced delivery with the frequencies. So I first went through my personal playlist on Qobuz, and then I wandered off into the discovery mode. I listened to just about everything I could to put these cans through a gauntlet of sound. So here is what I thought. I feel the detail is very articulate. The headphones were able to reproduce the sound in a way that, to be honest, was a little difficult for me to describe. Now, what I mean by that, it wasn't too much of anything. It had just the right treble to play the slightest electronic details and percussion in songs like Head Like a Hole from 9 Inch Nails. It had a fantastic mid-range when I played vocal-intensive songs. Now, the bass does not go to subsonic levels by any means. If anything, I feel this is where I would probably say there was an opportunity for improvement. I used The Island by Pendulum as one of my songs of reference, and I feel like it needed a little bit lower end to complete the full range experience. However, aside from that, they played beautifully, and I was very impressed, regardless of the price point. So what is the price point? Well, the headphones at the moment come in at around $449. I didn't expect that. From beginning to end, I was thoroughly impressed, and I actually expected these to be well beyond the $1,000 mark. This is why I try my best to not look at the price before testing them, so that way I can eliminate any and all expectation bias. I mean, I wasn't familiar with the brand, so I was basically going into this blind as it is, and to be completely honest, I feel that's sometimes the best way to approach a subjective review. So overall, I would definitely recommend these, especially at this price point. I think this would make for a great pair of cans for anyone who appreciates a variety of genres of music and wants something that is fashionable as well. Because, let's be honest, style is important, and my friends, these have style. Well, folks, that wraps up my review of the Sivga SV023s. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of you all very soon.